the most dangerous person you'll ever meet, and why you'll defend them to the end. They don't crash into your life, they slip in like a breeze. Pleasant, forgettable, until suddenly they're everywhere. They never demand trust, they invite it. They don't overpower you, they disarm you. By the time you feel that first flicker of unease, you've already explained it away. Because toxic charmers don't look dangerous, they look safe. That's the first lie. Here's the truth, they understand. Humans don't trust based on evidence. We trust based on emotional comfort. So they don't prove themselves, they soothe you. They mirror your humor, nod as you speak, make you feel heard before you've said anything important. Your brain whispers, this person feels right. That feeling becomes loyalty long before character is ever tested. Why it works so fast? Your nervous system evolved to detect threats, not performances. Charm bypasses your defenses entirely. Calm tone, open posture, attentive gaze. Your brain doesn't activate skepticism, it activates relief. And relief is addictive. You share more, stay longer, lower boundaries you didn't know you had, not because they asked, because your nervous system said it was safe. The kindness that costs nothing. Early on, charm looks like generosity, perfect compliments, undivided attention. But notice, they only offer what requires no sacrifice. Words instead of actions. Promises instead of consistency, validation instead of responsibility. They tell you exactly what you need to hear, exactly when you need it. Your mind fills in the rest, assuming depth, integrity, intention. They let you do the believing for them. The slow erasure of doubt. You notice small things, a contradiction, a shifted story, a boundary ignored politely, but they never confront these moments. They smile, deflect with humor, reframe with charm. Slowly, doubt starts to feel rude. I'm overthinking. They didn't mean it. No one's perfect. Charm doesn't silence your intuition. Charm doesn't silence your intuition. It makes you argue against it. You begin protecting them from your own perception. That's when control begins. The moment you missed. Every toxic charmer has an early moment, almost invisible, where they show you exactly who they are. A story that changes slightly, coldness masked by a smile. But because they've made you feel so good, you dismiss the signal. You don't walk away. You lean in. That single emotional override, that's where the spell takes hold. Charm is only the door. Behind it waits something colder, more calculated. Because toxic charm is never the end game. It's just the invitation. Charm is never the destination, it's the access point. The toxic charmer doesn't change when you trust them. They evolve. The warmth doesn't disappear, it just becomes selective. Their availability becomes inconsistent, their approval becomes conditional. And you don't feel alarmed, you feel curious. What did I do? How do I get back to that closeness? This isn't an accident, it's emotional leverage being installed. They operate on a powerful law. The human brain bonds strongest to what it cannot predict. So they alternate, affection, then absence. Praise, then neutrality, just enough to create pursuit. Your brain focuses harder. You replay conversations, analyze their tone. You're no longer connecting. You're regulating, trying to solve the puzzle of them. And they watch, calm, detached, because once you start adjusting yourself for someone, they no longer have to adjust for you. Here's the brilliant, brutal trick. They make control feel like connection. I just feel closer when it's just us. You understand me better than anyone. It sounds like intimacy, but it's a frame. Slowly, your emotional world narrows. Not because they demanded it, because they suggested it. Then they begin the quietest control. They edit reality. They don't deny facts, they reinterpret them. Your concern becomes sensitivity. Your boundary becomes distance. Your disagreement becomes confusion. And because they sound so calm, so reasonable, you start the sentence they need you to start. Maybe I misunderstood. Charm doesn't gaslight aggressively, it gaslights gently. Then comes the masterstroke, moral superiority. They don't get angry, they get disappointed. They sigh, they withdraw, they act wounded. This forces you into repair mode. You explain, you apologize. Not because you did something wrong, but because you're desperate to get back to the safety they once provided. The power has flipped. You are now chasing their approval. They avoid looking like villains. Villains create resistance. Charm creates compliance. So when you finally express concern, you're subtly positioned as the problem. The emotional one, the unreasonable one. By now, your emotional equilibrium depends on them. Their attention regulates you. Their silence destabilizes you. There is no dramatic explosion, just a slow reorientation of your entire emotional gravity. And here's what people miss. They're not driven by love. They're driven by control without exposure. Your dependence makes them feel safe. Your independence feels like a threat. Eventually, there is a moment, a sentence that lands wrong, a withdrawal that feels like punishment. For the first time, your body reacts before your mind can explain it. A tight chest, a hollow feeling. That's your intuition, waking up. But here's the final trap. By now, your intuition has been trained to doubt itself. So instead of listening to that feeling, you look inward. What should I change? And the charmer lets you. Charm didn't deceive you. It prepared you to self-correct, to self-doubt, to self-silence. Once someone can make you regulate yourself for them, they don't need to control you. You'll do it for them. But that confusion between comfort and safety is where their power lives, and where it dies. Toxic charm doesn't collapse loudly, it collapses quietly, the moment you stop feeding it. Not with a fight, not with exposure, but with clarity. Here's the secret. Charm feeds on one thing above all else, your emotional responsiveness, your reaction, your need to explain, to repair, to soothe. The power shifts the moment your internal state stops orbiting theirs. This doesn't mean becoming cold. It means becoming unavailable to manipulation. You stop explaining yourself. You stop repairing moods you didn't break. You remain calm, neutral, unprovoked. And this does something terrifying to them. It destabilizes them. Because toxic charmers create unpredictability for you, but they require predictability from you. When you stop reacting, their silence no longer punishes. Their warmth no longer intoxicates. Their withdrawal no longer controls. Watch what happens next. They'll suddenly revive the charm, sudden kindness, sudden vulnerability. This isn't change, it's re-engagement bait. The most dangerous moment isn't the beginning, it's the middle when they sense you slipping. They'll say, "You feel distant lately. Did I do something wrong?" Notice the frame. They're not asking how you feel, they're asking what they lost. This is your moment of truth. If you over-explain, the cycle resets. If you reassure, control resumes. But if you respond with grounded simplicity, the spell fractures. I'm just being more intentional with my energy. I'm prioritizing my balance right now. Sentences like these are emotionally neutral. They offer no hooks, no invitation to manage your feelings. Charm requires emotional access. You just close the door. It's not confrontation that breaks the spell. It's internal detachment. The moment you stop needing their approval, their validation, their emotional cues, they lose all leverage. And here's the beautiful paradox. The calmer you become, the less charming they seem. Their charisma fades, their mystery thins. Not because they changed, but because your nervous system did. Toxic charm only works when your emotional compass points outward. Reclamation begins the moment it points inward. You start asking, how do I feel after interacting with them? Do I feel clearer or smaller? Your body knew the truth long before your mind accepted it. When control fully dissolves, they'll do one of three things: detach quietly, escalate emotionally, or attempt guilt painting you as cold or changed. This isn't failure, it's confirmation. Because healthy people respect boundaries, toxic charmers respond with loss of control. Here's the most important realization. You were never fooled because you were weak. You were fooled because you were human, receptive, open. Charm exploited what was good in you. But awareness doesn't harden you, it refines you. You don't become suspicious, you become discerning. You don't close your heart, you protect your autonomy. The final truth is this: toxic charm feels powerful only while you confuse attention with care, intensity with intimacy, comfort with safety. Once you stop making those substitutions, the illusion collapses. Charm cannot survive clarity, and the moment you see it clearly, it has nowhere left to stand. Before you go, sit with this one question. Why did they feel so familiar? Not exciting, not impressive, familiar. Because toxic charm doesn't arrive randomly. It echoes something you've already learned to tolerate. And that's where the real danger lives. If this resonated, don't rush past it. Reflect. Who made you feel seen but never safe? Who made you feel chosen but never secure? Who drew you in with warmth, then controlled you with absence? If a name surfaced, you're not alone and you're not broken. You're becoming aware. Share this, not for algorithms, for the person who hasn't named it yet. Because recognition breaks isolation, and isolation is where control survives. Subscribe if you're ready to see people clearly, not cynically, but accurately. Next time, we go deeper, past charm, past manipulation, into identity erosion. How you stop asking, is this right? And start asking, what would they want? How to reclaim yourself before you disappear. Because the most dangerous control is the one you no longer notice. Stay aware.